إذا كنت تريد أن تكون على مذهب السلف تعلم مذهب السلف.
الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. So we continue بإذن ta'ala, أيها الإخوة, with our reading through this tremendous nazm, this tremendous poem titled Al-Bayqūniyah, that pertains to the science of Hadith. And previously we had concluded our discussion around or concerning an authentic hadith, a hadith which is sahih. And now bi'idhnillahi ta'ala that we move on to a hadith which is hasan, and then we shall move on to a hadith which is da'if. So firstly, he goes on to say rahimahullah ta'ala, وَالْحَسَنُ الْمَعْرُوفُ طُرُقًا وَغَدَتْ رِجَالُهُ لَا كَالصَّحِيحِ اشْتَهَرَتْ. And Hasan is known by its paths. And Hasan is known by its paths, meaning its various chains of narration. Its men are well known, yet not as sahih, yani not as well known as as-sahih. طيب. So in relation to the ta'rif of the hadith which is hasan, the definition of the hadith which is hasan, and this is something that is differed over amongst the scholars of hadith in relation to the exact definition of the hadith which is hasan. And some of them have said that the hadith which is hasan is defined as ما رواه عدل خفيف الضبط بسند متصل وخلى من الشذوذ والعلة القادحة. It is that which is narrated by trustworthy ones. That which is narrated by trustworthy ones. خفيف الضبط, light in precision. They are light in their accuracy, in their precision, with a connected chain, free from any shudhūz, any irregularity, and any illah al-qādihah, any hidden defects. طيب, so what is the actual difference between sahih and hasan? What is the major difference between a hadith which is sahih and a hadith which is hasan? And if we were to go by the conditions of a hadith which is sahih and compare them to the hadith which is hasan, then we will understand where the difference occurs. So first of all, that they are both the same in relation to the first condition. And the first condition that we mentioned for the authentic hadith is ittisal al-sanad. So they both have to have a connected chain. So they both agree in relation to this first condition. And then we said adalatul rawat, that the second condition is adalatul rawat, that the narrators are trustworthy. So again, both the hadith which is sahih and the hadith which is hasan, that they share in this condition, that the narrators of that hadith, that they are all trustworthy narrators. And this is where the two differ. That is pertaining to the third condition. So when we discussed the conditions of sahih, we said that the third condition is tamam al-dabt. Tamam al-dabt, that there is strong precision. The narrator has strong accuracy and precision when narrating. But as for the hadith which is hasan, then it is khafif al-dabt. It is light in precision. It's khafif al-dabt. And then again they agree in relation to the shurut al-salbiyah, And that is that we mentioned that is free from shudud, free from irregularity, and it is free from any illah, any hidden defect. طيب. So the difference between the two is in relation to the dhabt, in relation to the accuracy and the precision of the narrators. So in a hadith which is authentic, which is sahih, that we find that the narrators, ayyuhal ikhwah, that they have tamam al-dhabt, that they have a strong precision. And in the hadith which is hasan, then they are khafif al-dhabt, or in the chain there is a narrator who is khafif al-dhabt, who is light in relation to his position. طيب. Then he moves on rahimahullah ta'ala to da'if. So he says وَكُلُّ مَا عَنْ رُتْبَةِ الْحَسَنِ قَصَرٍ فَهُوَ الضَّعِيفُ وَهُوَ أَقْسَامًا كُثَرٍ. And everything that is less than hasan, then it is weak, and it has many categories. So he's defined the weak hadith as that which is less than hasan. Like, when we will come to his definition bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, but before then, we want to understand these categories that the author has mentioned, rahimahullah. So we have been given 3 categories so far: hadith which is sahih, hadith which is hasan, and a hadith which is da'if. Now we need to divide them up. So we have firstly that which is maqbool. That which is maqbool, yani that which is accepted. And that is no doubt the first category, which is sahih, a hadith which is sahih, and the second category, which is a hadith which is hasan. And then we have that which is al-mardud, that which is rejected, and that is the hadith which is da'if. So we have here this categorization. We have that which is accepted and that which is rejected. And this is what essentially mustalahul hadith is. And the science of hadith pertains to this affair here. And deciding and ciphering through that which is accepted and that which is rejected. So here we have that which is accepted being the hadith which is sahih, and the hadith which is hasan, and that which is rejected being the hadith which is da'if. And we will add a further 2 categories to this list. And that is sahih li ghayrihi. Sahih li ghayrihi. Yani that which is authentic due to other than it. That which is authentic due to other than it, which will come to the definition shortly bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And we have hasan li ghayrihi. Hasan li ghayrihi. That which is hasan due to other than it. So sahih li ghayrihi and hasan li ghayrihi, in relation to the definitions, that first we will mention the definition, the ta'rif of sahih li ghayrihi. And that is huwa al-hasan إذا تعددت طرقه. That it is hasan that has multiple chains of narration. وسمي صحيحا لغيره لأنه إنما وصل إلى درجة الصحة من أجل تعدد. And is referred to as sahih لغيره because it has reached the level of sahih due to it having multiple chains of narration. So an example of this, just to make it clearer, that if we have a hadith which has 4 separate chains of narration, and every single chain of narration, it has a rawi, a narrator who is khafif al-dhabt, who is weak or lighter in his accuracy, lighter in his position. So these 4 chains that they strengthen and they support this narration, and they reach the level of being sahih, the level of being an authentic hadith, due to the multiple chains of narration that we have. So this is the meaning of sahih لغيره. Then we have Hasan لغيره, Hasan due to other than it. وهو الحديث الضعيف الذي تعددت طرقه على وجه يجبر بعضها بعضا. It is ضعيف, it is a narration which is ضعيف, that has multiple chains of narration in a way that each one strengthens the other. So each one supports and strengthens the other. Again, so if we had, for example, that we had many narrations, or we had a narration and its chains were all da'if, that they were all weak chains of narration. Due to the number of these weak chains that they support and they strengthen one another, so therefore they take it up to being Hasan. So then this narration is now referred to as Hasan لغيره, Hasan due to other than it. طيب. As for the da'if hadith, then the definition of it, and we will mention two definitions بإذن الله تعالى. The first of which هو الحديث الذي دون رتبة الحديث الحسن أي ما ليس بصحيح ولا حسن, is the hadith which is less than the level of Hasan, has fallen short of the level of Hasan, meaning that which is not Sahih or Hasan, so is less than Hasan, so therefore is neither Sahih nor is it Hasan. And then we have the definition that Ibn Hajar rahimahullah ta'ala and others have mentioned, and that is كل حديث لا تجتمع فيه صفة القبول, every hadith that doesn't combine within it the description of acceptance. Like every hadith that doesn't combine within it the صفة القبول, the description of acceptance, meaning those conditions of sahih, or those conditions of qabul, yani those conditions that we mentioned of acceptance, meaning a connected chain. So if there is an ishkal or there's an issue with the chain, or for example that the narrators, they are not trustworthy, or that the narrators have no precision or severely weak in their precision, or that we find within it that which is shadh, or that which is an illah qadiha, a hidden defect. طيب. And what is the ruling on narrating weak hadith? What is the ruling on narrating and using weak hadith and relaying it and narrating it to the people? Ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah ta'ala says that it is not permissible to transmit and narrate it to people. It's not permissible to transmit and narrate it to people except if his weakness is mentioned alongside it. طيب. Except if his weakness is mentioned alongside it. Meaning except if a person makes it absolutely clear that this is a hadith which is da'if, a hadith which is weak. طيب. And the proof for this is his statement sallallahu alaihi wasallam, من حدث عني بحديث يرى أنه كذب فهو أحد الكاذبين. Whoever narrates from me a hadith and holds it to be a lie, then he is one of the liars. So he narrates a hadith and he knows that this hadith is da'if, meaning that it's not authentically attributed to the Prophet ﷺ, yet he still narrates with this hadith, not clarifying that it is a weak hadith. And some of the scholars allowed it to be narrated. They made an istithna, they made an exception. They allowed it to be narrated but with the following conditions. And this is important to understand, أيها الأحبة, that some of the scholars that they allowed it to be narrated, but with the following conditions. The first one, أن يكون الحديث في الترغيب والترهيب. That the hadith be in relation to targhib, يعني encouraging, enticing, or tarhib, يعني to discourage. So the hadith be in relation, يعني meaning there is either a hadith which pertains to targhib, which encourages a person, or tarhib, or discouraging a person. طيب. The second condition that they put in place, ألا يكون الضعيف شديدا. That the hadith is not severely weak. That this ضعيف hadith, that it is not severely weak. فإن كان شديدا فلا تجوز روايته. And if it is severely weak, then it is not permissible to narrate with it, even if it be in relation to targhib and tarhib, to encouraging and discouraging. And the third condition that they put in place, أن يكون الحديث له أصل صحيح ثابت في الكتاب أو السنة. That the hadith is pertaining to that which has a solid foundation that has been mentioned in the book of Allah Azza wa Jal and the sunnah of his messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the hadith has an asl, thabit, sahih, a solid, authentic, sound foundation that has been mentioned in the book of Allah and the sunnah of his messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For example, يعني it is a hadith that encourages birr walidain, يعني being dutiful to the parents, because no doubt that has an asl, thabit, sahih, has a solid foundation in the book of Allah Azza wa Jal and in the sunnah of his messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. طيب. Fourthly, ألا يعتقد أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قاله. That one doesn't believe that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has actually said this statement. That one doesn't hold and now believe that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has actually spoken with this statement. So these are the four conditions that they put in place, some of the ulama. And we'll mention some beneficial speech from Ibn Uthaymin rahimahullah ta'ala, in which he says rahimahullah, الذي يظهر لي أن الحديث الضعيف لا تجوز روايته إلا مبينا لضعفه أو مبينا ضعفه مطلقا. And he says that what is apparent to me and what is clear to me is that a weak hadith is not permissible to narrate except when clarifying its ضعف, except when clarifying its weakness. Then he says لا سيما بين العامة. He said especially when narrating it to the common people. لأن العامة متى ما قلت لهم حديثا فإنهم سوف يعتقدون أنه حديث صحيح وأن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قاله. Because he said the general folk, the common people, that when you say to them a hadith, then they instantly believe and hold that this is an authentic hadith. And they instantly hold that this is something that the Prophet ﷺ said. Then he goes on and says, rahimahullah, ولهذا من القواعد المقررة عندهم هو أن ما قيل في المحراب فهو الصواب. And he says, and due to this, that from the from the well-known and established principles that they have, that is with them, meaning with the general people, is that which is said in the mihrab, فهو صواب. That which is said in the mihrab, then it is correct. وهذه القاعدة مقررة عند العامة. And this is a firm, established principle amongst the common people. فلو تأتي لهم بأكذب حديث على وجه الأرض لصدقوك. So if you was to come to them with a hadith which is a complete lie, which is the worst of the hadith pertaining to which is a lie, which is built upon a lie, then they would believe you. ولهذا فالعامة سيصدقونك حتى لو بينت لهم ضعفه. And due to this, the general and common people, that they will believe you, they will accept the hadith, even if you were to clarify to them that the hadith is weak. لا سيما في الترغيب والترهيب, especially pertaining to that which is in relation to encouraging and discouraging. فإن العامي لو سمع أي حديث لحفظه دون الانتباه لدرجته وصحته. Because the general and common person, that if he hears any hadith, then he will remember it without paying any attention to its daraja, or its sihha, or its authenticity. Then he says, rahimahullah, فالحمدلله فإن في القرآن الكريم والسنة النبوية المطهرة الصحيحة ما يغني عن هذه الأحاديث. Says, alhamdulillah, that within the Quran and the Sunnah, the authentic Sunnah, is that which suffices from these types of hadith, these weak hadith. Intaha kalamu rahimahullah. And how true is his speech, ayyuhal ikhwah? That which is said in the masjid by the Imam on the minbar, that the people, that they pay no attention to whether it is authentic or whether it is weak. But even the Imams in some of the masajid, that we find that they don't even pay attention to whether the hadith is sahih or da'if or hasan. So how about the ami or amatun nas, the general common people? There no doubt they also pay no attention to whether this is something that is authentically attributed to the Prophet ﷺ and something which he actually said. But rather they would take the hadith and they will narrate with it and spread it as if it is haqq, as if it is sahih. Wallahu ta'ala musta'an. طيب, and lastly, to conclude, ya ikhwan, that he goes on, rahimahullah ta'ala, to speak about or to refute a doubt which is spread. And it's spread by those who intentionally lie upon the Prophet ﷺ. They intentionally lie upon the Prophet ﷺ. But they say that we are not lying about him, but we are lying for him. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ. That we are not lying about him, but we are lying for him. We are lying in his favor and to encourage the people. So when we make up these hadith, or we say the hadith which are fabricated or other than that, that we are simply doing this not because we intend to lie upon the Prophet ﷺ, but because we intend to lie for him on his behalf in order to encourage and entice the people. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ ذَلِكَ. And he says, rahimahullah, he says, وَهَذَا تَحْرِيفٌ لِلْكَلِمِ عَنْ مُوَاضِعِهِ. that they are distorting speech from its correct place. Why? Because they have attributed to the Prophet ﷺ that which he has not said. وَهَذَا هُوَ الْكَذِبُ عَلَيْهِ صَرَاحَةً. And this is an explicit lie upon him, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وفي السنة الصحيحة أو غنى كذبه عليه. نعم. And in the authentic sunnah is the sin that one gets for lying upon him, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And that is the hadith that we mentioned previously. And likewise, when he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, من كذب علي فليتبوأ مقعده من النار. Whoever lies upon me. And in the narration, متعمدا فليتبوأ مقعده من النار. Let him take his seat in the fire, or his seat is being prepared for him in the fire. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ ذَلِكَ. طيب. And بإذن الله تعالى we will conclude with that. وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين وبارك الله فيك.